I'm here in the city center of Berlin, some 300 meters away from the Brandenburg Gate, probably one of the most famous icons of the city itself and of the country. It was once the border that marked the end of the inner city of Berlin and its exterior, and it was later one of the most powerful landmarks and symbols of the division between communism and capitalism, between West and East, as it was the Berlin Wall, dividing the city for over 30 years, built right behind it. But I'm not here to talk about that today. I want to talk about the monument that stands behind me. I'm here right next to the monument to the homosexuals victim of the persecution of the Nazi regime. This cube made out of reinforced concrete, it has 6 different faces and each of them is different. And this is the way that is often hidden and forgotten victims are remembered today. Because it is true, it was the Nazi regime that persecuted homosexuals, sentenced them, and in some cases sentenced to concentration camps. But the Article 175 of the German law, the one that persecuted the homosexuals, was still active in the Federal Republic of Germany, West Germany, until 1969 when it was reformed, and finally in 1973 it was repealed. This situation meant that thousands of victims of the Nazi regime were sent into oblivion, and they were not permitted to claim for any sort of compensation, either monetary or socially. It wasn't until 1985, 40 years after the end of the conflict and more than 50 years after the Nuremberg laws, that finally homosexuals were recognized as victims of the Nazi regime. 2 examples of this situation. Richard Ewald, a German journalist that was firstly awarded the status of victim of the fascism due to his collaboration with the anti-fascist cause and helping out Jews during World War II. An anonymous tip-off alerted the authorities of him being a homosexual. He was persecuted, he was forced to give up his status of victim of fascism, and he was later sentenced to prison. A man that had survived the concentration camps of Sachsenhausen and Theresienstadt. A similar situation was that of Hertha Stein, a Jewish woman that had survived the concentration camp of Auschwitz, not only forced to give up her status of victim of fascism, but she was also accused of insulting the memories of the victims of the Holocaust due to her moral standards. Losing the status that recognized them as victims of fascism also meant that they had no claim to any sort of compensation from the government, nor monetary, nor official recognition, nor official homage, only due to the sexual orientation. One of the faces of this memorial has a little window in which one can watch a video. These videos go changing every 2 years. Members of the LGTBI community are kissing, celebrating love. If we try and see the monument from one of the lateral sides of the memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe, we won't be able to. It's hidden behind some trees. It's one more block that could actually fit in this memorial that we are right now here. But again, it's out of sight. The homosexuals, another victim of the persecution of the Nazis, but during so many years, separated, hidden, forgotten.